It's easy to let life pass by, to become complacent, and to accept things as they are. Many people go through life thinking they don't have control, that success is for someone else, or that it's too late for them. But here's the truth. You have the power to shape your own destiny. The only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is your mindset. It's time to stop being soft, stop making excuses, and take ownership of your life. If you want success, you must be willing to work for it, to commit to it fully, and to never back down. The world does not reward weakness, hesitation, or the unwillingness to push beyond your comfort zone. Success demands that you go above and beyond. It requires a level of dedication, persistence, and grit that most people are not willing to summon. But what if I told you that all of that is already within you? You already have what it takes to achieve greatness. The question is, are you ready to stop being soft and rise to the challenge? It all begins with a definite desire, an unshakable, unrelenting commitment to your goals. Without a clear desire, you wander aimlessly through life, waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap. But that's not how the world works. Opportunity doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who actively pursue it. A definite desire isn't just about wishing for something. It's about developing a clear vision and making it a non-negotiable part of your life. It's a decision that you make with unwavering certainty. This is what I want, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve it. You see, if you don't have a definite desire to achieve success, you'll always be soft. You'll procrastinate, make excuses, and wait for the right time to take action. The right time is now. There is no perfect moment. You must decide to go after what you want with everything inside of you and not let anything stand in your way. Your desire must burn so strongly that it becomes impossible to ignore. Many people allow doubt to cripple them. They have big dreams, but deep down, they're afraid to fail. They're afraid of rejection, of not being good enough, of not having what it takes. But here's the truth. Doubt is the enemy of progress. When you doubt yourself, you stop taking action. You freeze in fear, paralyzed by the possibility of failure. To overcome doubt, you need faith. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to success. And it's not the kind of faith that's reserved for religion. It's faith in yourself, in your ability to rise above challenges, and in your capacity to make your dreams a reality. Faith is a mindset. It's the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way, that no matter how hard the journey gets, you will persevere. You cannot afford to be soft when it comes to your belief in yourself. When you face difficulties, you need to dig deep and say, I will overcome this. I am capable. I am strong. The minute you let doubt in, you're giving up control of your future. Faith is what will propel you forward when everything else seems impossible. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal. It shapes your reality, determines how you respond to obstacles, and influences how others perceive you. If you allow negativity to dominate your thoughts, then you are already defeated before you even begin. A positive mental attitude isn't about being delusional or ignoring life's difficulties. It's about choosing to see the opportunities even when challenges arise. It's about having the mindset that no matter what happens, you will find a way to succeed. Life is full of obstacles, but those who refuse to be soft and who maintain a positive mental attitude will overcome them. When you develop a positive mental attitude, you become a magnet for success. Opportunities begin to open up. People begin to take notice. Doors that once seemed closed start to swing wide open. But it all starts in your mind. What you believe is what you will achieve. One of the biggest barriers to success is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. Fear is a natural human instinct, but it's also the greatest thief of progress. It holds you back from taking action, from stepping outside of your comfort zone, and from pursuing the life you truly desire. To achieve anything meaningful in life, you must confront your fear head on. You cannot allow it to dictate your actions. Fear is an illusion that only grows stronger when you allow it to control you. Instead of letting fear stop you, use it as a signal that you are on the verge of something great. Every time you feel fear, it means you are on the edge of growth. Procrastination is another form of fear. It's the fear of starting, of failing, of not being perfect. When you procrastinate, you rob yourself of progress. You're giving in to the soft mindset that says, I'll do it later, or it's not the right time. The truth is, there is never a perfect time. There is only the present moment. The moment you take action is the moment things begin to change. If you want to succeed, you must stop making excuses. You must stop putting things off. Every second you waste is a second you will never get back. The clock is ticking, and the only way to make the most of your time is to take immediate action. Success is not achieved by those who quit at the first sign of adversity. It is achieved by those who persist in the face of failure, disappointment, and hardship. Persistence is the key to mastering anything. It's the trait that separates the winners from the losers, the achievers from the dreamers. The road to success is long and difficult. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and challenges. But if you stop being soft and keep going, no matter how tough it gets, you will eventually reach your destination. The most successful people in the world didn't get there because they were lucky. They got there because they refused to quit. They knew that success is inevitable for those who refuse to give up. Persistence means that even when the going gets tough, you keep moving forward. You adjust your strategy if needed, but you never quit. The moment you quit, you've given up on your dreams, and all the effort you put in before was for nothing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of the journey. Those who succeed are the ones who can withstand the failures and use them as fuel to keep pushing forward. The time has come for you to stop being soft. You have the power within you to achieve greatness, but that power can only be realized through action. You must decide today to embrace a mindset of strength, persistence, and faith. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and stop letting fear control you. Take ownership of your life, your future, and your destiny. Success isn't a gift. It's a result of consistent effort, a positive mindset, and the courage to face challenges head on. Don't let the world pass you by while you sit back and wait. The world rewards those who are bold, determined, and willing to put in the work. So get up, get moving, and never stop pushing forward. The only thing that stands between you and success is your willingness to fight for it. You are stronger than you think. Stop being soft. Rise to the occasion. Success begins with a clear, unwavering desire for your goals. It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of distractions that life throws your way. Many people spend their days simply reacting to circumstances, allowing the world to dictate their path. But if you want to achieve anything meaningful, you must have a vision, and that vision must be driven by a definite desire. This desire is not just a passing thought. It's a deep, burning passion that fuels your every decision, your every action, and your every move. A definite desire is like the fuel in an engine. It propels you forward when times get tough, and it keeps you focused on your goal no matter how far off it may seem. Without this desire, you'll be like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly, waiting for things to happen instead of making them happen. The most successful people in history didn't get to where they are because they waited for opportunity to knock. They went out and seized it with both hands. They didn't settle for mediocrity or accept what life handed them. They had a clear, definite desire, and that desire was the driving force behind everything they did. This desire must be unwavering. Life is full of obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. If your desire is weak or uncertain, you'll give up at the first sign of difficulty. But when your desire is strong and unshakable, no obstacle will be able to stop you. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, and every setback becomes a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. This kind of desire doesn't fade when things get hard. It intensifies. It becomes the reason you keep going when everyone else gives up. It's the voice that tells you you are capable, you are strong, and you will succeed. The next step is to commit fully to your vision. A desire without commitment is nothing more than a dream. Commitment is the action that turns that dream into reality. You must be all in. There is no halfway when it comes to success. You cannot allow yourself to be distracted by other possibilities or paths that are not in alignment with your goals. Commitment means making your vision a non-negotiable part of your life. It means dedicating your time, energy, and resources toward making your desire a reality. It's about saying to yourself, "This is my path, and I will not be swayed by anything that comes my way." When you commit fully, you align yourself with your purpose. You stop doubting your worth or questioning if success is really possible for you. Instead, you know that you are destined for greatness. Your desire becomes so real and powerful that nothing can shake your belief in it. You are willing to take the necessary steps, to sacrifice what's needed, and to put in the work every single day. This commitment transforms your desire from a thought into a reality. Finally, pursuing your desire relentlessly means that you never stop, no matter what. There will be moments when you want to quit, when things feel impossible, when you wonder if it's worth it, but those are the moments when you must push harder than ever before. The greatest rewards come to those who refuse to back down when the going gets tough. A relentless pursuit means putting in the work even when no one is watching, even when you feel tired or discouraged. It's about pushing forward with the belief that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. A definite desire is the foundation of every great success story. It's the spark that ignites the fire of ambition, the force that keeps you moving even when the road is difficult. When your desire is clear and unyielding, you will never stop striving, and success will eventually be yours. Doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It creeps into your thoughts, casting a shadow over your potential, and slowly erodes your confidence. The minute you allow doubt to take root in your mind, you've already begun to lose the battle before it even starts. Doubt convinces you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable of achieving your goals, and that failure is inevitable. But here's the truth. Doubt will always be present. The key to overcoming it isn't in trying to eliminate it, but in choosing to move forward despite it. The only way to push past doubt is through unwavering faith in yourself and your abilities. Faith is more than just believing in a higher power or relying on hope. It is the mindset that no matter how difficult the journey, no matter how many setbacks you face, you will persevere. Faith is the understanding that challenges are not signs to stop, but indications that you are on the path to growth. When doubt starts whispering in your ear, faith is the voice that says, "I can do this. I will not be defeated." It's that quiet strength inside of you that refuses to give in, no matter how dark the days may seem. To succeed, you must nurture this kind of faith in yourself. It starts with believing that you have the ability to rise above the obstacles that come your way. Success is not reserved for the perfect or the flawless. It is earned by those who believe in their potential and continue moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Faith in yourself means knowing that you have the resilience to adapt, the strength to face failure, and the determination to keep going. It means trusting that every setback is temporary and that every failure is a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. Faith in your abilities is essential because without it, you will be paralyzed by fear and doubt. The most successful individuals didn't get to where they are by waiting for the right moment or for perfect conditions. They took action with the faith that they could handle whatever came their way. They didn't let doubt stop them. In fact, they often leaned into their doubts, using them as fuel to prove to themselves that they could overcome anything. When you believe in yourself, when you have faith that you can succeed, you unlock the power to take action, to push through adversity, and to achieve greatness. Faith is also about trusting the process. The road to success isn't linear, and it's rarely easy. There will be moments when the obstacles seem insurmountable, when the weight of failure feels unbearable, and when doubt creeps in to tell you to give up. But in those moments, faith becomes your anchor. It reminds you that success is a journey, not a destination. Even when things don't go as planned, faith reassures you that each step is a step forward. It tells you that even the hardest of struggles will eventually lead to growth and success if you keep pushing. When you cultivate faith in yourself, you tap into a powerful resource that transforms your approach to life. Instead of fearing failure, you learn to embrace it as part of the process. Instead of doubting your abilities, you trust that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Faith shifts your focus from what could go wrong to what you can do right. It replaces fear with courage, indecision with clarity, and hesitation with bold action. If you want to succeed, you must commit to faith in yourself, even when doubt tries to cloud your vision. Faith isn't about waiting for certainty. It's about moving forward with the belief that you will figure it out along the way. It's the unwavering belief that no matter what, you will overcome the challenges that arise and reach your goals. This kind of faith is the foundation of all great achievement. It is the force that propels you forward even when the road ahead is unclear. It's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself enough to keep moving one step at a time toward your dreams. Your mindset is everything. It's the lens through which you view the world and the filter that shapes your experiences. Whether you realize it or not, your thoughts directly influence the way you perceive your circumstances, and those perceptions ultimately dictate your reality. The power of a positive mental attitude lies in its ability to transform challenges into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and obstacles into stepping stones toward success. No matter how difficult your journey may seem, maintaining a positive mental attitude is the key to staying focused, resilient, and on track. A positive mental attitude is not about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It's not about wearing rose-colored glasses and thinking that everything will always work out. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But with a positive mental attitude, you can choose how you respond to those challenges. You can choose to see every difficulty as a learning experience and every failure as an opportunity to grow stronger. When things get tough, a positive attitude is what gives you the strength to push through, knowing that these moments are temporary and that success is on the other side of persistence. The way you think about yourself and your abilities plays a huge role in your success. If you have a negative mindset, you'll likely see yourself as a victim of circumstance. You'll focus on your limitations, your failures, and the things that are out of your control. This kind of thinking leads to helplessness and stagnation. But when you cultivate a positive mental attitude, you shift your focus to your strengths, your potential, and the opportunities available to you. You begin to see yourself as someone capable of overcoming challenges and achieving great things. This mindset empowers you to take action and to believe in the possibility of success even when things seem uncertain. Maintaining a positive mental attitude doesn't mean that life will always be easy or that everything will always go your way. In fact, you will face failures and setbacks along the way, but your response to those failures will determine whether you stay stuck or move forward. A person with a positive mental attitude will view failure not as a defeat, but as a necessary part of the journey towards success. They will understand that each failure is simply a lesson that brings them one step closer to their goal. With a positive mindset, you're more likely to bounce back from challenges quickly and use setbacks as motivation to try again. On the other hand, a negative mindset breeds discouragement and self-doubt. When you expect the worst, you often find it. You may become paralyzed by fear, unable to take risks or make decisions. You may become so focused on what could go wrong that you fail to take action at all. But a positive mental attitude shifts your focus from what could go wrong to what you can do right. It makes you more open to taking chances, trying new things, and seeking solutions rather than dwelling on problems. The person with a positive mental attitude sees opportunities where others see obstacles. They maintain hope and determination even when things don't go as planned. A positive mental attitude also helps you stay resilient in the face of adversity. Life can be unpredictable. Not every situation will unfold the way you hope. But when you choose to maintain a positive outlook, you can find the strength to keep going even when things get tough. The key is to focus on the progress you've made rather than getting bogged down by the roadblocks in front of you. Every successful person has faced challenges, but what sets them apart is their ability to keep going, no matter how many times they stumble. They don't allow setbacks to define them. They use them as fuel to keep moving forward. One of the greatest benefits of a positive mental attitude is its power to inspire and influence those around you. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate optimism and confidence. When you maintain a positive attitude, you become a beacon of light for others, encouraging them to believe in themselves and take action. Your positive energy can create a ripple effect, motivating others to adopt the same mindset and to rise to their own potential. A positive mental attitude doesn't just help you succeed, it helps create a positive environment where others can thrive as well. The most successful people in the world are not those who have never faced obstacles, but those who have learned how to maintain a positive mindset despite them. They have trained their minds to focus on solutions instead of problems, on opportunities instead of limitations. And because of this, they are able to stay focused on their goals, no matter how difficult the path may seem. They know that success is not determined by what happens to them, but by how they choose to respond to the challenges they face. In the end, your mindset is the ultimate determining factor in your success. When you maintain a positive mental attitude, you give yourself the best chance to overcome adversity and achieve your goals. It's a mindset that turns challenges into opportunities, failures into lessons, and dreams into reality. The power of a positive attitude is in your hands. Embrace it and watch how your reality begins to shift in ways you never imagined. Fear and procrastination are two of the greatest barriers to achieving success. They are silent forces that hold you back from reaching your true potential, quietly whispering doubts in your mind and convincing you that you're not ready, not capable, or not worthy of success. The truth is, fear and procrastination are nothing more than illusions, and if you allow them to control you, they will keep you stuck in the same place, unable to move forward. But the moment you decide to confront these forces head on, you take the first step toward breaking free and unleashing your full potential. Fear is a natural part of being human. It's what keeps you alert in dangerous situations, helping you survive and avoid harm. But when it comes to personal growth and success, fear often becomes your greatest enemy. It's the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Fear tells you to stay where it's safe, to avoid risk, and to play small. It convinces you that the unknown is something to be avoided and that failure is something to be feared at all costs. However, fear is also a powerful indicator that you are on the verge of something important. When you feel fear, it's often a sign that you are pushing yourself to grow, that you are about to take a step into new territory, and that you are approaching a challenge that could bring you closer to your goals. The key is to not let fear stop you. Instead, you must confront it. Fear is not something to be avoided, it is something to be faced. The more you run from fear, the more power you give it. But the moment you face it head on, you diminish its control over you. Take a moment to think about the fears that hold you back. What are you afraid of? What is the worst case scenario? More often than not, the worst that could happen is not nearly as bad as you imagine. Failure is not the end of the world. It's simply part of the process of learning and growth. Every successful person has faced fear and failure, and they have all learned the same lesson. The key to overcoming fear is to take action, even when you're afraid. Procrastination, on the other hand, is often the result of fear. It's the avoidance mechanism we use when we are scared of taking the first step. We procrastinate because we're afraid of making mistakes, of things not turning out perfectly, or of facing the discomfort of the unknown. But procrastination only prolongs the inevitable and holds you back from achieving your goals. The longer you put something off, the harder it becomes to start. Procrastination keeps you stuck in a state of indecision and inactivity, paralyzing you from making any meaningful progress toward your dreams. Procrastination thrives on fear. It feeds on the negative thoughts and self-doubt that fear creates. But just like fear, procrastination can be overcome when you take the initiative to act. The key is to stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no such thing as a perfect time to start. The moment you take action is the moment things begin to change. Even if you don't feel fully prepared or confident, taking that first step will give you the momentum you need to keep moving forward. The secret to overcoming both fear and procrastination is to act in spite of them. Don't wait for the fear to subside or for the perfect moment to arrive. You'll never feel fully ready. The key is to take action anyway. Start small if you need to, but start. As you take action, you'll begin to build confidence, and the fear will gradually lose its grip on you. The more you push through the discomfort of fear and procrastination, the more you train your mind to associate progress with positive feelings instead of fear. One of the best ways to conquer procrastination is to break down big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. The idea of tackling a huge project can feel overwhelming, and fear of failure often leads to procrastination. But when you break it down into smaller pieces, it becomes much more manageable and less intimidating. Each small step you take builds momentum and creates a sense of accomplishment, which helps you push through the next step. Fear and procrastination also thrive on indecision. When you hesitate and overthink, you allow the negative thoughts and doubts to take control. Making decisions quickly and committing to them helps eliminate the space where fear and procrastination can grow. Trust yourself enough to make decisions and trust that you can course correct along the way if needed. Indecision breeds fear and procrastination. Decisiveness breeds action and progress. You must realize that fear and procrastination are not the obstacles themselves. They are the symptoms of the real obstacle, inaction. The only way to break free is to take action, no matter how small it may seem. With each step you take, fear and procrastination lose their hold over you, and you move closer to your goals. Confronting fear and procrastination isn't about waiting until you feel brave or confident. It's about acting despite those feelings. The people who achieve great things are the ones who choose to face their fears and take action in spite of them. They don't let fear dictate their choices. They don't wait for the right time. They create the right time through their action. By taking immediate action, you break the cycle of fear and procrastination. You show yourself that you are in control, that you are capable of moving forward, and that fear and procrastination no longer have the power to hold you back. Each time you face your fears, each time you overcome procrastination, you build resilience, confidence, and momentum. Eventually, what once seemed like insurmountable obstacles will become mere stepping stones on your path to success. The key to unlocking your full potential is simple. Face your fears, take immediate action, and refuse to let procrastination control you. The more you confront these challenges head on, the more you will grow and the closer you will get to realizing your dreams. Don't wait for fear to disappear. Use it as fuel to propel you forward. Success is not a straight line. It is a winding road full of unexpected turns, bumps, and obstacles that will challenge your resolve and test your commitment. What separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short isn't talent or luck. It's persistence. The most successful individuals are not necessarily the ones who are the most gifted or the ones who had it easiest. They are the ones who refused to quit, who kept going even when everything seemed to be falling apart, who saw every setback not as a sign to stop, but as a stepping stone on their way to ultimate success. Persistence is the force that drives you forward, even when the path is unclear, the road is tough, and doubt begins to creep in. It's the ability to keep pushing when every part of you says to give up. Persistence is about staying committed to your vision, no matter how long it takes or how hard the journey becomes. It's about developing the inner strength to continue when the world tells you to stop, when the critics are loud, when you're tired, and when you feel like you're not making progress. One of the greatest myths about success is that it comes easily for some and is unattainable for others. The reality is that success is earned through hard work, resilience, and an unyielding drive to push forward. Everyone who has ever achieved greatness has faced adversity, but what sets them apart from those who gave up is the ability to persist. Those who succeed are the ones who keep moving forward, who refuse to let their failures define them, and who turn challenges into opportunities to grow stronger. Setbacks are inevitable. They are part of the process, but persistence transforms those setbacks into valuable lessons. Each time you fail, you learn something new about yourself, about the process, or about the path you're on. And each lesson learned takes you one step closer to your goals. Success doesn't happen by avoiding failure. It happens by embracing failure as part of the journey. If you view setbacks as permanent obstacles, you'll never reach your full potential. But if you see them as temporary, surmountable, and valuable, they will become stepping stones that elevate you to greater height. Many of the most iconic figures in history faced immense failures before achieving success. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed thousands of times before finally creating the invention that changed the world. He didn't see his failures as defeats. He saw them as necessary steps in the process. In his words, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That persistence, the ability to keep going despite repeated failure, is what ultimately led to his success. The same can be said for many others, from Albert Einstein to Oprah Winfrey to Michael Jordan. They all faced rejection, criticism, and failure, but their persistence kept them moving forward. And that's what ultimately allowed them to achieve greatness. Persistence is a mindset. It's about refusing to quit, even when the odds seem insurmountable. It's about having a vision and staying focused on it, even when things get tough. It's about developing the mental toughness to keep going, to keep fighting, and to keep putting in the effort, even when you can't see the end result yet. Persistence requires you to be relentless in your pursuit of your dreams. It demands that you keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep believing in yourself, even when the progress is slow and the results are not immediately visible. The journey toward success is long, and it often requires more time and effort than we initially anticipate. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like or when the road seems longer than expected. But persistence is about enduring through those slow moments, trusting that each small step is bringing you closer to where you want to be. It's about keeping the faith, even when the external circumstances suggest that success is far away. In reality, the moment you decide to quit is often the moment you are closest to a breakthrough. Most people give up just before success is about to happen. If they had just kept going, they would have reached their goal. Persistence is about continuing to push forward, even when you're unsure if the next step will bring the results you're hoping for. But persistence is not just about relentless action. It's also about learning from your failures and adapting along the way. Sometimes persistence means course correcting, adjusting your approach, or finding a new solution to a problem. The ability to learn from failure and keep going is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. Persistence is about being flexible in your approach, but unwavering in your determination to reach your goal. The beauty of persistence is that it builds over time. The more you persist, the stronger you become. Each challenge, each failure, each obstacle you face only adds to your strength and resilience. Over time, you develop a mindset that doesn't easily give up. You learn to embrace discomfort and failure as part of the journey, knowing that every setback is one step closer to success. Persistence is not just a habit, it's a muscle that grows stronger the more you use it. In the end, success is a result of persistence, the willingness to keep going when things get tough, the ability to turn setbacks into lessons, and the determination to stay focused on your goals no matter how long it takes. When you persist, you demonstrate to yourself and to the world that you are capable of achieving your dreams. Every small victory, every inch of progress, no matter how slow, adds up to something incredible. Don't be discouraged by the hard times. Embrace them. Use them as fuel. Keep moving forward. Your persistence is the key that will unlock the door to your success. There's a profound truth that often gets overlooked in the pursuit of success. You are the architect of your own life. No one else is responsible for your journey, your dreams, or your outcomes except you. This means that to stop being soft, to break free from the limits you've placed on yourself, you must take full ownership of your life and your future. The responsibility for everything that happens in your life ultimately falls on your shoulders. The decisions you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you develop are the building blocks of your success. Taking ownership begins with understanding that you are the one who shapes your reality. It means accepting that your life is not a product of external forces, but a result of your own choices, mindset, and actions. The moment you stop blaming others, circumstances, or events for your setbacks is the moment you take control of your future. Ownership is about shifting from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment. Instead of saying, "This happened to me," you start saying, "I will decide how I respond to this situation." It's this shift in thinking that separates those who rise from those who fall. A lack of ownership often leads to a life of excuses and missed opportunities. People who don't take responsibility for their lives are quick to point fingers, blame others, or make excuses for why things aren't going the way they want. But excuses don't lead to success. Success requires hard work, grit, and determination. It requires you to face the reality of where you are and take proactive steps to get to where you want to be, regardless of the circumstances. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for things to change on their own. You understand that nothing happens without action. No one is coming to save you, and no one is going to make your dreams a reality for you. It's on you. It's your responsibility to take consistent action, to put in the work, and to pursue your goals relentlessly. Your future is in your hands, and only through deliberate effort will you shape it the way you desire. This doesn't mean the road to success will be easy. In fact, it's often the opposite. The road to success is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments where it feels like giving up would be the easier option. But when you take ownership, you acknowledge these challenges for what they are, opportunities for growth. When things get tough, you don't shy away or look for someone to blame. Instead, you embrace the discomfort, knowing that it's part of the process. The hard work you put in, the resilience you build, and the lessons you learn along the way are what prepare you for the success that is waiting for you on the other side. To stop being soft, you need to develop a strong mindset. This means understanding that your mind is your most powerful tool. The way you think will directly influence your actions and ultimately your results. A strong mindset doesn't make excuses. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions or for the right time to act. It understands that there is never a perfect moment to begin, and that success is not a result of waiting, it's a result of doing. A strong mindset embraces failure as a learning experience and sees setbacks as temporary, not permanent. It understands that discipline, hard work, and perseverance will always trump talent or luck. When you take ownership of your life, you also develop the courage to push through fear, uncertainty, and self-doubt. Fear is a natural part of any ambitious pursuit, but it cannot dictate your actions. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to take action in spite of fear. Taking ownership means facing your fears head on and choosing to move forward regardless. It means being willing to act even when you don't feel confident. The only thing standing between you and success is your willingness to take that first step and the courage to keep moving forward no matter how hard it gets. Success doesn't happen by accident. It is earned. The people who reach their goals are not the ones who sit back and hope for the best. They are the ones who roll up their sleeves, take responsibility, and work tirelessly toward their vision. They understand that results don't come from wishing, they come from doing. They take ownership of their time, their energy, and their actions. They don't allow distractions, setbacks, or failures to keep them down. Instead, they learn from them, adapt, and keep pushing forward. In the pursuit of success, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking full responsibility for your life is the moment you unlock the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. You become unstoppable. You develop the mindset, the work ethic, and the resilience needed to face any challenge that comes your way. You stop waiting for things to happen and start making them happen. And in that shift, you transform your entire reality. The journey to success is not an easy one. It requires discipline, hard work, and an unwavering belief in your ability to achieve your goals, but it also requires something else: ownership. You are the only one who can create the life you want. You are the only one who can choose to keep going when things get tough, and you are the only one who can decide right now to take full responsibility for your future. The question is, will you step up? Will you take ownership of your life and your dreams, because your success is waiting for you, but it can only be claimed by the one who is willing to take full responsibility for making it happen?